episode. This is episode 20. Oh my god, we're almost old enough to drink.
Oh boy.
Almost one more episode, then we could get all the liquor in us. Of of course, this is episode 20 of the Bento Boxcast, the most animeist podcast of all the internet.
Hmm.
Right? If we were a main character, we would be Goku.
Oh,
Right?
that's a good
We'll be
one right there.
Naruto. You know what I'm
Oh.
saying? Top of the board, top of the leaderboard. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like always, as you guys can tell, I am your co-host. I am the boy, the man, the one guy, Rafa. Enough about me though, because you already know. Y'all, oh my God, y'all already know the man by my side right here. He is the most handsomest man that I know. He rejects women and men because they all want him, all of them. And Hector's like, I'm too good for y'all because he got a big old wee wee. Don't tell me how I know that.
Dear God.
Let him know what your name is, Hector, because I already said it twice.
What's up, everybody? It's me, your boy Hector.
That is freaking right. We are here coming at you from all the audio platforms. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna run them through really quickly.
Oh,
All the platforms we're on. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcast. We're on all the other audio platforms that is associated with our Anchor account on Anchor.com. You know what I'm saying? So for y'all who are too underground for Spotify, who you guys who look your nose away or whatever that saying is towards the Apple Podcast. You guys like, man, I don't need that. I ain't mainstream like that. Don't worry, we got you. Anchor.com. All right, and of course, oh my God, the main spot, the mainstay, the main girl, bruh. All these things rolled into one big titty anime girl. I don't know why I said that, but I'm gonna say it. YouTube.com. What? That's right. You heard that right. Our main spot, YouTube.com. All right. So if you wanna go ahead and pop in. We're on YouTube. We're on all those platforms on there. So and on YouTube you can all see the great thing about YouTube is guys is that of course there's nothing wrong with Spotify. There's nothing wrong with Apple Podcasts, but with YouTube you get to look at the most beautiful, the most sexiest, the most iconic logo
Mm.
at, that an anime podcast has around. Okay, of course it's the Bento Boxcast logo with the beautiful little cherry blossoms falling from the trees. Mm.
Talk
I
to me.
cry, I cry tears of joy every single time I see that. And as all you listeners out there know, well, so many listeners out there, there's some new guys out here. I don't know if you knew that. Got some new listeners out here. Well, I'll talk about that in a little bit. But before we get into that, as y'all know, as Hector knows, as I know, you, the viewers, always have the chance to add some topics. Yeah, you guys can suggest us those talking points, those anime. Hey, watch this. Hey, watch that. Hey, go check out this. Go check out that. You already know we'll do it. So let us know. Let us know down below in the comments. Or if you're not on YouTube, you can always let us know on Twitter, my guys. The Twitter is the main one at Bento Boxcast. Okay. But let's say you don't like me, right? Let's say I'm tired of that fat guy. I don't want to no more. I want to talk to my main man, Hector. My main dude, Hector. Let me talk to him and only him. Don't worry, guys. It is at Ultra_V-Man. That's Hector's Twitter. Right there, my guy. You want
Mm-hmm.
to talk to him directly? Okay. But let's say you want to talk to me, the fat guy, some more. Don't worry, I got you.
Jesus.
Talk to me directly. Ignore Hector. That's the best thing to do. We ignore Hector, all right? Come talk to me and we'll ignore Hector together at Me Talk Anime. All right? So that's it right there. And there's also the links down below of everything we talked about here today. And while you're down there in the description, trying to find my Twitter, trying to find Hector's Twitter, go ahead and join the mother freaking Discord.
Oh boy.
right there for y'all. We have a few people already joined, you know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of room in this Discord, right? We want to fill this up to, to top notch, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get close. I'm trying to get really close to y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to stay inside your 6 feet. You get what I'm saying,
Dear
Hector?
God.
I'm trying to violate some rules, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Yeah, I want to get real up and close to ya. I want to squeeze your booty cheeks. If you let me, though. Only if there's consent, Hector, okay?
And
I'm
if
not some
they're
type of.
over 18.
And if they're over 18, and if you give me consent, I'll squeeze your booty cheeks. Only if you let me, all right? If you say no, I'm gonna say thank you, ma'am or sir, and I will walk away. And then you have my full respect as a human being. Please don't report me. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay. Uh, anyways, woo, Hector, woo. Oh, look at all these plugs we had to do, Hector.
Oh
Oh,
God.
so much plugs. But anyways, guys, this is enough of me goofing on. If you guys are really interested in everything that we have, I just brought up, if you want to get in contact with us and all that stuff, all that information is down below. Please join the Discord. We can't wait to see who else pops up in that Discord. You know, we get there's so much funny things going on in that Discord. You know, I'm just waiting to get. I'm waiting. Hector. I got my memes ready. I got my big titty anime girl pictures ready.
Oh my
I'm just waiting
God.
to have an audience so I can start sending these out. You know
An
what I'm saying? So,
audience. I like that a
right.
lot. I like that.
Thank you. So, Hector, right before we get into everything, okay? Because we have so much to talk about today, as always. So much juicy that we
Mm-mm-mm.
love to talk about. You already know the new season started up, right?
Yes,
The new
sir.
season's up and running. You know, I saw a few episodes here and there. You saw some few episodes here and there. Can't wait to talk about that. Look at some great new segments that our main correspondent here, Hector, picked out for us. And as you guys already know, towards the end we got the anime swap. So we have so much to talk about. Big ol' episode for y'all. But before we get into that, I just want to say this, and I'm pretty sure Hector could back me up on this. I just want to say thank you to all the new listeners. Thank you to all those
Yes.
views y'all be giving us, bro. Because especially the last episode, but these last two episodes, oh my God. That view count on YouTube is going up. And shout out to all the new subscribers, to the people who subscribe to the YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? So thank you to all y'all who are giving us that chance. Thank you to all y'all who tune in and having fun with us on these podcasts. And just we love to see it, bro. Like it made me so ill. I was just like, bro, what is going on? Like did Hector hire bots? Like what's happening here? You know what I'm saying? Like I was losing my mind. So it was thank you to all you guys who are giving us a chance, who are checking us out, who are sharing, spreading the word, you know, getting more involved with us, man. Shout out to all you guys. We love every single one of you. And if you listen to us on YouTube, on Spotify, whatever platform, thank you for giving us that chance. Thank you for listening to us, and hopefully you enjoy what you listen to. Hector, man, let these people know how appreciated, how much you love them. Let them know, man. Damn, I got them here talking. You say nothing. Talk to the people, man. Damn.
I just wanted you to say your piece because I know you got a lot of love in your heart, you know? And
Oh, so much love and clutch love. But
exactly. But yeah, no, I mean, like on my end though, like honestly, 100%, 1,000%, thank you guys so much. It was such a fun ride to see the number of just views skyrocket from our typical. You know, we would get, you know, in the tens and the 20s and the 30s and the 40s, we'd get good views. But man, I don't know what happened with episode 18 and 19, but you guys, you know, knocked it out the park. It was insane.
for sure.
Literally every milestone, 50 views, 70 views, 80 views. As soon as it got to like 90, I was like, dude, this might be the one that we break 100 for the first time. And it was such an
First
incredible
time
feeling.
ever we
Yes.
broke 100 views, and we're close to breaking 200.
Yeah, which is like,
Like with the same episode.
it's
So
nutty, and I would not have expected it at all. I don't know what it is, what tags were put there, but y'all came in clutch, and I know we were
yeah,
super excited. Like literally, we would update each other like with the views when it hit 100. I told Rafa, I was like, dude, we hit 100. Like I was super excited, and I immediately messaged them. And then we saw that two new subscribers joined in to hit us at that sweet 16 mark. Rafa was like, yo, we're at 16, and it was so dope seeing that, guys. So again, super thank
it's
you so
it's
very much.
it's so like I don't even know what to say. Like heartwarming. I don't even know. It's exciting to see that people are like like actually like checking us out, like actually giving us a chance to listen to us. It's like, oh, this is really cool. Like, yeah, we're just a bunch of dum dums here talking about anime or whatever, but like it's cool to see that people are enjoying it, right? Like
No,
that's like
yeah.
a really cool thing about it. So, um, yeah, but we started thank you, and of course we're always gonna be thankful for all you guys. We're thankful for the 100 who listened, and we're thankful for every single one of y'all, even if it's just one person listening, bro. We're thankful for all of you guys, cause, bro, like you can't make 100 without one. You know what I'm saying? You need 100s. You
Hey
get what I'm
man,
saying,
that
Hector?
math, yeah, that math is super solid.
Hey,
But also,
that is.
I do want to give one quick shout out, Rafa. Sorry for cutting you off, but to the
Go ahead.
14 that were there before, and to the two new that joined us in the 16, super huge shout out to those subscribers. We're starting off small, but trust me, we're gonna get there with your guys' support and everybody new that kind of joins in. Like we value and love and appreciate all
Every
16
single
of
one of
you.
y'all.
Yeah, and
Every
especially those
single
that
one of
listen
y'all.
in. And you know what? Maybe you haven't given us that subscribe, just yet, but I promise you, we'll earn it. If anything, we'll earn that subscription to the Bento Boxcast, and we'll promise we'll deliver. I got you. Rafa got you. Trust.
Right, exactly, dude. Trust, exactly. Trust us as much as I trust the math that I just made about the ones and the hundreds. And don't worry, we got you. Don't worry, all right? Trust me. If not trust Hector, I trust Hector more than I trust me. Anyways, speaking of the OGs, speaking about the guys who's been with us from the start,
Mm.
all right? As you guys know or may not know, if you guys some of the new listeners out there, we have a little fun little segment before we start jumping into all the anime news and the anime segments, all that stuff. It's called comment slash viewer topics, man. This is y'all section. This is the section that you guys control, the listeners, all right? By tweeting at us, by commenting down below in the YouTube videos and stuff like that. We give you guys them shout outs. And of course, the main man, the OG himself, my best friend. Josue came in and said, "Man," he said, "Can we say, man, move all you new guys, get out of here, new people. Let me show you how it's done, bro. Let me show you what it is." Okay. Jose came in and threw a slam dunk. Right, he slam dunked it. He alley ooped it. He kicked it with his leg. He did all the sports. Did all the sports all over these comments. Okay. He said, got it right here, Hector. He said right here. Haven't heard the last four, speaking of the podcast, but I'm glad I was the 100th viewer for this one. Congrats. I got you there. LMFAO. Shout out to Jose for that. Josue, I'm sorry, Josue for that one. I didn't know he was 100th viewer. Look at that. You knew that, Hector?
Yeah, so actually, we were in an Xbox party, and this was like while me and you were going back and forth on Messenger, and we hit 99, and he told me he's like, yeah, let me know when you're 99, so I'll be that 100th viewer, and then
Okay, okay, okay.
I was
I
like, all
see.
right, say
I see you.
less. So I told him,
I
he's like,
see
hey
you. I
man, we're
see
hitting
you.
98, 99. He's like, oh shit, and so he went straight, watched
Hopped
the,
on it.
yeah, he just hopped on that 100th view. So shout out you.
Hey, shout out to him, man. Hey, and Josue, he had a follow up because you know how Josue does, man. He throws, he throws that left comment here, then he
Mm.
throws a right comment there. He likes to switch it up on us, right? He had another comment down below. He said, "When y'all gonna watch some K drama? Cause I got one."
Mm.
LMAO. Now, Josue, and you beautiful listeners out there. Hector and I, we're not really into the K drama.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's new to us. But see, this is the beauty of the Bento Boxcast. You have the suggestion, you let us know, and oh my God, you best believe we's gonna watch it. Okay, so Josue, if you're listening to this, if not, I'm pretty sure Hector will let you know. Let us know down below in the comments right here of this video what is your suggestion. So for the next episode, we'll let you know what we think about that K drama, dude. I'm always looking for that drama, bro.
Ooh,
I'm always starting drama. You know me, Hector.
spicy
I'm a drama
picante.
queen. I love it, bro. I start fights with everybody. You know how I am. So I'm looking for that drama, especially that K drama, right? So Thank you, Josue, for the comment. Always love to see this guy. I was so scared of that Josue left us, dude. I was like, not Josue, not my best friend. Don't leave us. But he stopped in. He swooped in. Beautiful with a beautiful comment. Also, by the way, I just want to say a quick my bad to Pedro because he commented on the last on episode 18 of the Bento Boxcast, and we dum dums over here forgot about it. You know, except my mind is except Hector's mind. He quickly said, which is look at this amazing comment. I can't believe we forgot about this. Hector, he said, "This is my favorite podcast.
Ooh,
The Play podcast is trash." Now, Hector, let's do this quick plug in for our boys over there.
might as well drop
Just because
that
it
bad boy
connects.
in.
Just because it connects to what our main man Pedro's talking about here. If you guys know or may not know, I am a part of a different podcast. It's also here on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and of course all the other anchor platforms. It's called the Playing Pod. Okay, on the channel itself is called Geek Chart 3000, but the podcast itself is called the Playing Pod. It's a podcast about pop culture, TV shows, movies, but especially video games, right? So if you're looking and if you want to get an insight of the three guys, because it's Alex, John, and me, all right? So three best friends, because I actually know these guys for like my whole life. If you want to get an insight of something different, of like a different take on, on all that stuff, pop culture, video games, all the stuff that I said, other than anime, because, what I'm saying, we got the anime stuff on lockdown here on the Benzo Boxcast. Go check out the Playing Pod. Pretty sure, Hector, we can link that for them too. Put that in the description. So go ahead and click
Oh,
that
it
link if they
always is,
want.
baby. Just gotta scroll
Send
down a
them.
little bit longer, and you'll see the Geek Jar 3000 podcast with your boy Rafa, with your boy Alex, with your boy John, and I mean, it fits so perfectly, Rafa. We might as well put it in. We also have friends who we have kind of already mentioned, but as well another one. Big shout out to the big homie Nathan, and they run a incredible clothing company called 3 Ups Prints. Now they
Exactly.
they create these awesome, fantastic t-shirts, sweaters, anything you think you might need, they got you covered. Trust in their
Hmm.
process. And the link is going to be down just in the description. Like I said, 3upprints.com. You'll see it right there. Click it. And you know what? What's funny, what's crazy is that right when this podcast goes live, up until the end of October, they're going to have this incredible collection for Halloween. It is a sick Halloween drop. I actually am so excited for this upcoming Friday because I'm going to order myself my t-shirt and my hoodie with the 3 Ups blood splat on the right, or actually left chest. I'm super excited for it. I can't wait. They have some incredible high quality stuff, so definitely go check them out, guys. And if you want to have your own shirts, your own logo, your own stuff customized, just hit them up. They do that stuff too. They're honestly, they're
Custom work.
exactly. They're fantastic gentlemen. Go check
Yes,
them out.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I already ordered my shirt. I can't wait till it comes in. Hector's gonna order his. Again, these guys are, they make them themselves. It's three guys. It's our friends. So it's not like they have a sweatshop somewhere or something like that. They put the work themselves. They make sure that the shirts are high quality. They make sure the print itself is great. I mean, these guys are going in, bro. They're going in on these shirts, man. Some high quality stuff. And the also cool thing about it is that these drops, for example, the Halloween drops they're doing, is limited edition, bro. So once Halloween 2020 is over, if you didn't cop yours, too bad, so sad, because they ain't gonna come around again. You know what I'm saying? One time drops, limited edition, bruh. So don't be left out. Get yours today. You know what I'm saying, Hector?
Yes, sir. Talk to him, King. Talk to him.
Oh my God. I talk to them, but they don't listen, man. They don't listen to me. Link down below, everybody. Go check them out. These guys do amazing work. But anyways, oh my God, look at us plugging away, even through the comments. That's it. That's all the cons we have here today that that you guys out there hit us up with. Of course, shout out to Josue, shout out to Pedro for those comments. If you want to get that shout out, remember y'all hit us up either on Twitter or down below in the YouTube comments. We will give you that shout out, my guy. We already told you that. But Oh my God, Hector, we've been talking so much. Oh, yep. Ah, shoot. Ah, dang. Ah, fish sticks. We're late. We're late, Hector. We're late. Oh my
Oh
God.
no.
We're late for, of course, as always. It's the anime news with our anime correspondent, Hector. Hector, take it away with the news.
Oh, thank you. What to do, gang? Guys, today I have some juicy news, and I'm actually going to start off with the one that I think is I'm least interested in, and we're going to get to the one where I'm most interested in. That's how we're going to start this one, okay? So first and foremost, Los Angeles Comic Con 2020 was canceled.
Oh, what?
But, hold on, it was rescheduled for September 2021.
Ah, phew.
Exactly. So the official website for the Los Angeles Comic Con event announced on Tuesday, let me just math, the 13th of October, that it's going to be rescheduled for the 24th to the 26th of 2021 September. So yes, you're still going to be getting your Comic-Con. You're still going to be getting your anime goodness at the LA Comic-Con, but you just have to wait a whole year, which honestly, with how everything's going on in the world, I'm all for it. Push that mofo back and let's get to it where we can actually go in person and enjoy it, because although the Crunchyroll, virtual expo was a great success, we got to see a lot of different things that, a lot of people, of course, would have liked to see in person, but we got to experience a virtual expo, which was the first of its kind. So cool, fantastic. But I think everybody just wants to go back into that Comic-Con, into that, anime convention vibes, and just kind of vibe out there with the rest of their fellow people that love what they love, and, just be in that atmosphere. So I'm totally fine with them pushing it back a year. I hope that they do some of the things similar with things here in Chicago, so that we can definitely enjoy them again, later on, and hopefully things get better.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, right now, they should just push everything back a year.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever was set for 2020, just put it for 2021, man. Because man, things are getting bonkers out here. You know what I'm saying? Just the one thing that's happening worldwide that's still happening to this day,
Mm-hmm.
right? The whole reason we have to put a little piece of cloth over our mouth so you guys get what I'm saying. It's still happening, and on top of that, cloud isn't like the west side still on all smoky and in flames over there. Like, I don't even know that's.
I mean, the world isn't exactly in the best state right now. So,
I feel like
go ahead.
I was gonna say I feel like the last thing that we should really worry about is Comic-Con convention, right? The convention, right? There's so much other crazy shenanigans going on right now. So like, let's put off conventions for about a year.
Yeah, I mean, just any social gathering, really. Unless it's, of course, with the social gathering standards, the 6 feet apart, stuff like that. But, I mean, yeah, in gaming terms, right, this year is chalked. I think we just start up next year again, and I think we'll be fine as long as everything is in the clear, green light, everything is set there. But yeah, don't worry, guys. Next year it'll be back. So that's definitely something to look forward to in the year 2021. But I'm actually kind of glad we talked about social distancing, Rafa, because this goes into the next tidbit of news. Fantastic segue, Rafa. Fantastic on our parts.
A plus.
Exactly. A plus plus. We're gonna give this one a plus plus because in the recent news, Japanese cinemas lifted seating restrictions for the current situation in the world for the Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba film's first weekend. So everybody knows right now we kind of have a situation where everybody needs to stay 6 feet apart. We wear our masks, things like that. But Japan, I think, is a little bit better off, more well off than other places in the world. So right now they decided, for the first weekend of the Demon Slayer movie, we're going to lift any restrictions and allow all seats in a movie theater to be purchased. I think they said that right now a lot of the movie theaters and audiences were capped at 50% within the theater. But because of this, on the 19th of September, they're going to allow all seats to be purchased and allow all seats to be filled by people. So
September?
September 19th. Oh no, sorry.
Aren't we?
Since September 19th, the capacity was capped at the 50%. However, my bad. On October 16th, so quite literally tomorrow, when for us when we're recording today on the 15th, seats will be filled up from the 16th through the 18th. All seats will be filled in for these movies. So it's kind of bonkers to hear because that sounds like a past life in a sense. But I mean, yeah, like I said, they're probably just far better off than we are here in the U.S. currently. So, I mean, sick for them. I hope we get to that point for ourselves. If not, I'm super down for the whole restricted seating because I still would love to see this movie in theaters.
Right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, TBH, I feel like everybody else is doing better than us
Yeah.
in the United States,
That's
right?
facts.
So,
Yeah.
like, it's pretty crazy. I mean, to us, it's pretty crazy to hear like, oh my God, they're letting everybody into the theater, like, or like, oh no, get away from me. Like, no, like, for us, it's like, no, just keep it, at least 50% or whatever, or like we always mention this, but I'm gonna mention it again. When we went to go see Tenet, we rented out the theater, right? So it was like what, like 10 of us in there, right? Like in a
Yeah, it
whole
was like
room.
literally a max of 12, but we had like 11 of us that went. It was cool, but we had it in like, it's cool. You're like, wow, 11 people, that's still a lot. But like, we had the entire theater.
The whole room to ourselves, and I still felt like there's a little bit too many of you guys in there, man. I started sniffing a little bit. I don't know about that. So, to like I said, to us here in the United States, that sounds insane. It sounds like a joke or a myth, right? Like, oh man, they're opening up theaters again and they're letting everybody in. Like that's insanity. That doesn't make sense to us, right? Like Hector said, it's like a past memory or something like that.
Hmm.
Hopefully, eventually, at some point in the future, we could have that again, the experience of going to the theaters again. But who knows? I feel that's going to be for us at least, a 2021, 2022 type experience. I don't see for us theaters coming back like over there in Japan anytime soon. But hey, if they're confident enough, if they feel they could, they feel like if they got the situation on lockdown over there where they can risk letting that many people into one specific room, hey man, all good luck, y'all. Hopefully it doesn't backfire. That's all I can really say about that.
And then just from further reading, it says that there are a few restrictions that's going to be done. So essentially, people can buy drinks, but the only thing that they're limiting is conversation between one another while during the movie that it's playing, and also eating. So you can't slip off your mask, but you can slip a straw underneath your mask to drink. But like taking off your mask to eat is a big no-no, and also they're asking you to wear your mask throughout the entire movie, and like I said, refrain from engaging in any conversation while at the venue. So like, it's like you're literally there to watch the movie. Don't do anything else, other than maybe sip some water or some drinks, and that's it. Like they sell food, but you cannot eat it during the screening.
Dang, dude, can't eat. Well, how are you gonna go to the theater and not eat popcorn?
I mean, usually me, I get the nice meaty hot dog. That kind of sounded. Yeah, I get the hot dog with ketchup and
Nah, not a nice mini hot dog. You said it,
yeah,
yup.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. I get the hot dog, I get my drink, and I get my candy, and that's it.
No,
That's how I
I get.
flex there.
See, I get very thirsty, so I get me the large soda.
Mm.
Okay, and I get because even though I do enjoy my popcorn, I don't always finish my popcorn, so I always get the small popcorn.
Mm.
Okay, so I can snack on my popcorn. But if they have the mixed popcorn, the caramel and cheese popcorn. I always get that. I love that.
Ooh.
It's my favorite. I honestly think that's a Chicago style.
It is,
I think
yeah,
it's
the
called
Chicago
style
mix, yeah,
popcorn.
Chicago style popcorn.
It's the best. I love it. I love it. Love it. I always, if they have it, I always go for that with my large drink. Mm, the best. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just buy that and then watch the movie at home if I can't eat in the theaters. What the heck is up with that?
But yeah, I mean that's essentially just that's the update for them over there in the theater situation for Kimetsu no Yaiba, which is essentially Demon Slayer. I don't know if I actually said Demon Slayer, but um, the next tidbit is actually one specifically for Rafa because I can't say I'm like a huge JoJo fan, right? But I have watched a few episodes. I have watched a few seasons because Rafa himself has actually recommended me to watch some stuff. But I wanted to hear Rafa's input on this because it says JoJo's Bizarre Adventure manga spinoff Thus Spoke Rohan Kishibe gets a live action mini series. And it is the spinoff of Hirohiko Araki, his spinoff
Araki.
Araki, there you go. So Hirohiko Araki's spin-off manga from the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure manga, and the live
Hmm.
action is going to be a 3-episode mini series, and it says it's going to air on the NHK General Channel on December 28th, 29th, and 30th of this year at 10 p.m. or 8 a.m. Eastern. So yeah,
Dude, that is awesome because that specific spin-off he's talking about is associated with season four,
mm,
where it is not Jotaro, it's the one after Jotaro, when they go to Egypt and stuff like that. That's season three. Season four is when they're in oh, man, I can't believe I'm forgetting the names. Like I love JoJo and I'm forgetting all the names right now. Um, I can't believe I can't remember it, but whatever. It's season four. It's the guy who has like that the main protagonist, the main JoJo guy is the guy who has like the hair that's like it's like sticking out. You know what I'm talking
oh
about?
yeah.
Yeah, and it's the one where it's Killer Queen. She's this like the bad guy Stan.
Mm.
And I can't remember I can't remember the names. I'm so embarrassed. But anyways, the spin-off itself, which is really cool. Which is cool is that that spin-off, I'm pretty sure it's the same one, also got animated. So there's it's already animated like like its own episode type thing,
Okay.
and now it's gonna have its own live action because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the same part four itself, which is also it's the anime is already there that season. It also has a live action movie for part four.
Huh.
So it's kind of like continuing that, which is really cool to see that they're doing that. I wonder if they're gonna keep the same aesthetic or the same style, even though that the spin-off it kind of I don't want to say it has its own look because it still kind of matches the same style or whatever, but I feel
Mhm.
like the spin-off had more detail, had like a little bit more to it. So, that's what it felt like to me. So I wonder how close are they gonna keep it to the live action movie of season four
Oh, that's
of
cool.
that telling of that story. So, no, it's just really cool to hear. I'm for sure gonna check it out. I haven't seen the full the movie itself, the live action movie. I haven't seen it all the way through, but I've seen a couple of scenes here and there. Some more of the more famous scenes from season four. I was checking it out, so it was kind of really cool to see how they did that. You know, for example, the Jotaro, the guy from the main guy from season three,
Hmm.
he does show up on season four for a little bit, and like his hair, his like design is kind of weird because like he wears a hat, but his hair kind of like fuses into the hat. It looks
Okay.
weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain. It looks kind of weird, but like it's a really funny thing they did for like for the live action. The guy shaved the middle part of his head, right? So he looks like you know how like bald guys look, or guys who are balding,
Yeah.
where like the top part's gone, but they still have like the sides.
Uh-huh.
He did that so that like the hat could fit on him, but the hair could still kind of
Oh my
stick out
god.
on top of the hat. Yeah, it was really funny to see that. Like, that's just like a little side thing that I saw about like the whole JoJo production and stuff like that. So, no man, I'm excited to see this. I'm for sure gonna check it out because that the side story is really good too. By the way,
Oh,
like,
okay.
I mean, anything JoJo is good. Honestly, I haven't seen any bad JoJo, but like, it's no, it's good to see that even the spin-offs are getting shown some love. So,
Okay, okay, okay. And now the last one is probably the one I'm most interested in. And the reason why is because I know there's a lot of fans, just among the people that we, associate with and that watch the pod. This is about the one, the only Attack on Titan. And for those of you that may or may not know, this season, this final season, there is a different production company working on them. It's Studio Mappa. Now, Attack on Titan producers have discussed the reason behind studio change to, like I said, Studio Mappa. Now, previously they were with Studio Wit, who were in charge of creating seasons 1 through 3 of Attack on Titan. But, and this is a direct quote from them, which I'm going to read. So it says, while season 3 was in production, we consulted with Wit Studio, and it was decided that the final season would be created by a different production studio. One of the reasons is because the end of season 3 has the protagonist gazing at the ocean, marking a turning point in the story. Also, as creators, we wanted the anime to escalate even further. Through many talks with Wit Studio, we understood that the continuation would be difficult, so we looked for a new studio. Kinoshita, Maeda, and I divided with the search duties among ourselves, but most studios turned us down. Everyone understood what huge shoes they had to fill, and we were told by dozens of studios that they emphatically could not accept. However, Studio Mappa came in clutch. That part I added. The only studio that they said would consider it was Mappa. When we talked to Wit about it, they said that they could rest easy knowing it was in Mappa's hands. The producers were in agreement, so the production shifted to Mappa. I think that's a crazy thing because, I mean, yeah, literally, like they said, man, like Attack on Titan is such a huge, beloved anime, even more
hmm
so a manga. So it's like, man, like this is allegedly the final season, so like the visuals have to hit. Like it just has to be perfect because we all know of shows that have had not so great production quality or just viewing quality in general. But like not only that, it's like sometimes animes kind of fall short. Because some scenes could be super epic in manga, but then they just can't be delivered in anime form. But I think Studio Mappa is like notoriously known for being good. I mean, we've talked about them multiple times for stuff that we've seen. So, for example, they actually have a list. So it's like Vinland Saga, Mob Psycho 100 is some of the ones that they've done. 91 Days, Dorohedoro, what else? Blue Exorcist, The Seven Deadly Sins. Like they do some heavy hitters, man. Like they're a part of some
hmm
crazy stuff. And I'm sure I haven't named some that Rafa knows off the top of his head, but like yeah, like Studio Mappa is lit, and so I have full faith that it's going to be a fantastic season. I know that Mappa has their hands in like almost every pot, so that's fantastic. And most people would think like, oh, hands in every pot, that means they can't be experts in every field. Like, no, man, like they're fantastic. So, Rafa, as a person who is also a fan of Attack on Titan, who maybe isn't caught up just yet, but wants to catch up for this final season. Like, what are your thoughts on hearing that they switched over?
Oh, it's getting me excited honestly because like just like you were saying, like some of like these guys are they're working on so many shows. I mean, they're working on shows that are airing now as we speak. Like these guys have their hands, like you said, they have like they're everywhere, man, and they don't put out like garbage, right? Like I mean, they put out some top quality animation with these anime, man. Like these guys know what they're doing. Just like some of the anime that you pointed out, there's some other ones out there too. I mean, they worked on what's that called? The God of High School, right?
Yeah, I completely forgot. Yeah.
They worked on God of High School, and look how good the fight scenes look in that.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine them working on a scene where Eren or Mikasa, that's her, I'm assuming that's her name, I
Yeah,
forgot her
yeah.
name. But they're fighting against a one of the Titans or whatever, or it's Eren and Titan form fighting another Titan, right? Like like imagine like the quality, like the top-notch quality of these guys' work, but portraying the Attack on Titan world. Like it's gonna be a banger of a season three. It's gonna be a banger of a series finale. It's gonna be top notch. I was already excited for the last season. Now I'm just like I'm
Give it to
more
me.
than
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like more than like on board. I'm ready to go, bro. I'm in front of the ship, like hanging off the edge of the ship. Like I'm like, let's go, bro. Let's do this.
And to make this little bit before we end it off a little bit sweeter, the producers themselves have stressed and said that for the sake of all the fans who support the series and are avid fans of the manga, they have fully committed to ending it instead of like just concluding midway through the story. They're going to complete it all the way. So they're going to try to fit as much as possible and try to stay as canon as possible to the final acts of the manga. So you don't get that a lot in many
No.
animes. They kind of veer off or try to omit certain things so that they can fit as much as they can into the final season. But they have said that they're going to stress themselves out and do the best that they can to fulfill all manga reader lovers and also people to just feel full and fulfilled when they finish watching this last season. So I think that is a fantastic cherry on top, just knowing that it's Mappa, but also that they want to make this as true as possible to the ending. So hopefully this is a final season that really is one of those where it's like people are happy and love the anime uh, just as much or maybe not as much as the manga, because obviously a lot of people love the manga over anime, but not all the time can you say that I'm happy with how the anime adapted the manga. So hopefully this is something that people can say, this is a solid example of how a production company can make a manga into an anime. So we'll see.
Yes, sir.
But that's the news, brother man. That's the news.
Ooh. Thank you, Hector, for the news. So, Hector, so much, so much great news that we just talked about, but it's a whole nother big old thing we still gotta talk about. It's an anime that you and me love, 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 love. I mean, you love it more than I do because you actually went off and read the whole manga, um, right? But we both love the anime very much, right?
Mhm.
Season one of this anime has concluded. We're waiting for season two,
Oof.
right? I'm biting my nails waiting. My fingernails are all bleeding and stuff. How much I'm biting them. But side note, everybody, the show, the manga itself, right? Because it comes from the manga. Promised Neverland. They just dropped a full trailer for the live action film, my guy.
Ooh.
That's right, a live action film. Now, this isn't a Hollywood made film. Okay, don't think Hollywood got their hold on this. This is from Japanese production, Japanese studio. They're the ones who see. That's the thing, guys. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but um, there is actually a lot of anime and manga that gets adapted to live action, but it's always done by like a Japanese studio, Japanese production, stuff like that. You rarely see Hollywood take a hold of these properties, right?
Mhm.
Because like there's a live action Attack on Titan film. There's a live action. I'm pretty sure there's a Naruto one. There's a live action Full Metal Alchemist. There's a live action Death Note, and I'm not talking about the Netflix one. Like these guys in Japan, they're like, bro, let's take this live action. And the next anime they're gonna do that with, like I said, is Promised Neverland. Now we both saw the trailer,
Mhm.
right? Um, I it looks pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? It looks like every other live action Japanese movie
Yeah.
that takes a anime and makes it to a live action Japanese movie. It looks just like all the other ones, honestly. But it's I mean I'm not always really hyped about these movies like that. Like I seen the Death Note live action ones.
Mhm.
Those were pretty cool. But I don't really look for them like that, but I mean, I do. I mean, I love this show. Promise Neverland is like it's one of the one of the best anime that's come out in recent years. I
Ooh.
hands down will put this on my in my top five for modern anime. Like, this show is just like it just slaps, right? So I wonder if they're gonna be able to capture the what the anime and of course what the manga itself has done in the live action movie, right?
Yeah.
And also but now what we saw in the trailer itself, it looks like they only really were recapping what season one did
Hmm.
of the anime itself, right? Like up to spoilers up to the point where they got to the wall, right? The big old border wall
Hmm.
with the hole in between them. It looks like that's kind of like towards the for me it seemed like that was kind of like towards the end, right?
Yeah.
Do they get past the wall? Do they whatever, right? Pretty much kind of like in the anime that was like towards the end of the season is where they were able to get over that wall. So like how much of that is actually going to be shown in the movie? You know, are they planning to have more after that, or like are they only showing us like maybe the first 30 minutes of the film? Like, are they gonna like jump ahead into the future, into the other stuff? Like, I don't know yet, but I'm okay if they're just doing the first season, right? But at the same time, well, no, it's good because I don't want. The thing is, I don't want them to like go through it really fast, right?
Yeah.
And like not, because it's like the cool thing about like with the actual anime itself, like the pacing itself, you got to learn and like these characters and get used to these characters and things like that, right? Will they still be able to portray that in the movie, right? Like that's my main concern. Are we still going to be attached to the live action versions of the kids as much as we're attached to the anime version of them or the manga version of them, right? Are we still gonna kind of feel the same way? Yes, it's the same characters, but it's in a different type of media. You know, will I still root for these kids at the end of the day to make it like I'm rooting for the kids in the anime, right? Like that's my biggest concern about the movie. It's like, will they be able to hit? I want to say lightning in the bottle, but like be able to really portray that, really show that that how these kids are, and how smart they are, how they're willing to survive, and how they're willing to make their plans and things like that, and how much they care for each other, how much they actually feel like a family between each other and things like that. So like I wonder if they're going to be able to actually do that. And super side note, I'm glad that they switched I forgot her name, but like the maid that the helper maid,
Oh, sister.
um, the sister maid, she in the movie she's a fat Asian lady, which is which I thought it was I thought I think it's a good choice, because especially in the manga, the way it's a black lady in the manga, but the way that they drew her, I was like, bro, this is kind of racist, you
Yeah.
know?
Um.
So like I'm glad they didn't, do that because yeah, that would have been a problem.
See, I that's actually something I don't like. Like, I agree with the. Yeah,
Nah, dude, come on, bro.
they kind of
Look
messed
how
up. No, no, no. They did her dirty. I'll give you that. They did her dirty in
they
the
did her
manga, 100%.
super dirty.
But
Like
I
they
would have liked
kind
to
of
have a black
they,
woman play sister in this. Play the fit. It's essentially not okay. I don't think it's as bad as like whitewashing in film. I think that the creators five-headed this and they're like, yeah, no, this is not going to be a good look if we put this person through the same stuff that they did in the manga, and it's still a person of color, or rather a brown person of color. Yeah, I don't think it would have looked good, but I personally would have liked a black woman to play the actual role and play this part. I don't agree with the way that she kind of got screwed over in the manga, but that part would have looked bad. But I would have been okay if they kind of like change it up a bit or kind of do like an off-screen type thing where it's like they show you the shadow of it, like
Mm.
things like that. Like if they did something in that aspect, I would have been okay with it. Um, but if they're
I mean,
doing
they
it this route,
still.
they have to like show
I mean,
everything.
yeah. Well, I mean, it looks like they are gonna show what happens or whatever. But like in the manga, they did Sister mega dirty.
Yeah.
In the anime, it looked like they kind of pulled back a little bit on
Oh,
that type of
100% they pulled
stuff.
back. 100%.
So like it's that's cool. Like that I actually liked Sister in the anime. She was like I
Yeah.
was kind of rooting for her too, you know. Even though she was kind of technically one of the bad guys, you know, because you get to learn, you know, how her story and things like that. Like that's the thing about the show that's really awesome is that technically, yes, some of the humans are bad, but like it's all because they're just trying to survive. They're all just trying to survive at the end of the day, right? That's even including what is her name? Mother? I don't even know her name. The main sister lady.
Yeah, Mother. And speaking of Mother, bro, she's bad in this movie. She a bad mama jam.
Mm, mm, mm. But then that's the thing about the show is that you find out, you know, through learning the backstories and stuff like that. Is like these people are just trying. They're stuck in a very crappy, a really bad situation, and it's either you give up and die, or you do things to survive. And I mean, what are your choices, really? You know? And like Mother, she chose to survive, and she has to do or had to do things that a lot of people don't like, right? Like pretty bonker stuff, just like Sister had to do, right? It's just like they are the bad guys in the story, but I don't hate them. I don't feel bad for them. I feel sorry for them. You know? It's like, damn,
Yeah.
bro, look at the situation they put you in, bro. And like, come on, dude. Like, what are you gonna do? If you were in a situation like that, what would you have done? Would you just said, I forget it, just kill me?
I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I, s- I can't really, not that I can't really speak on it, but I'd rather not to because I kind of know the future stuff that happens. So, like, it's one of those where it's like,
I'm
I kind of empathize
I'm
with
just
some of
talking
them.
of I'm just talking about of season one, what I've seen of season one, the anime.
Yeah, I mean, no, yeah, I mean, season one is like a, yeah, I mean, I can see why, obviously people are thinking the way they do. So, I mean, I don't fault anybody on that. So if it's just strictly season one, then yeah, man, like, some people deserve what they're getting, and then others like it's like wow, they deserve it, but this is intense, bro. Like,
I mean, the thing is that like now we're just talking about the anime itself, but but
yeah,
the thing is that like okay, this is just I'm pretty sure I said it earlier, but again, just full on spoilers. They're literally in a world controlled by these monsters, right?
hmm
Who are just farming the kids so they can eat them, right?
hmm
Like cattle, right? So it's like it's either they eat you when you were a kid or you follow the rules that they set for you to keep up the farming of the children, right? So it's either do what they say or they'll just kill you, pretty much, because that's what they did with Sister, right? They killed Sister because they found out Sister was not following the plan set out for them, right? Not following the rules, right? So they said, okay, well you were here screwing us around, messing with our livelihood, our food or whatever. Well, now we got to get rid of you, right?
hmm
Isn't that what, if I remember this right? Isn't that what happened?
yeah,
Right. So then it's like it's either you do what they say or you die. Like that's the only two options they give you. And in the story itself, we're watching these kids who are going against it. They're going against the the literally the world they live in, right? Because
hmm
it's all monsters and things like that who eat kids and stuff like that. They're trying to find their way out of all this because their whole life up to that point where they escape, it's been a lie, pretty much. They think they live in an orphanage, and they think by a certain age they get adopted and they go off and live in a happy life, and they grow up and grow old and whatever. No, up to the I think it's 12. I think it's like the oldest they can get or whatever. They get sent off and they get eaten by monsters,
Hmm.
right? So, and some of them, like for example, like sister or for example mother in the show, um, instead of being eaten, they said, all right, come like we're gonna pull you aside, all right? You're gonna go on a different program. You're gonna learn like this is what reality is. Okay, this is what we're doing. Either you follow what we're gonna tell you, where you are going to continue helping us farm these kids so we can eat, or we'll kill you, and your life ends here,
Yeah, which
right?
is wild.
Which is bonkers. And what can you do in a situation like that, right? How are you gonna fight back? These monsters are like 7 feet tall. Like these are giant, like freaking dudes, right? Like, what can you do as a 12-year-old, right? Like by yourself, thinking that you're gonna go home to a family, and next thing you know, you have these monsters telling you like, "Hey, bro, listen up, do this or you're dead." Like, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna be like, okay, I don't want to die. Sure, I'm gonna listen to these monsters, right? No, and that's pretty much what I'm saying. Like it's not. Yes, what sister and mother did was messed up. Yes, they were farming children so these monsters couldn't eat. But they were just doing it because they wanted to survive. They were just doing it because they wanted to stay alive, right? So I don't fault them for that. I'm not like, man, forget mother, man. She a biatch for doing that. It's like, no, bro. Like she didn't want to die. Like
Hmm.
that's just the harsh reality of that world, right? Now, Hector, you say that your opinion might change later, or your opinion has changed later on because you
Hmm.
do have more information. I only know what I've seen from season one of the anime, so that's where I'm at with that. But anyways, wow, I really just took off from here.
Dived on the deep end. It's okay, baby.
Right, going back to the actual movie, like I said, I just hope that they're able to convey the same emotion, the same struggle, the same hopelessness, all that you felt watching through the anime, to the first season. I hope they're able to capture that into the movie, and if it does continue to the other movies, I hope they also capture what the manga's doing too. So,
Yes. I think also one kind of cool thing, a little side note on this part. The film is actually gonna be directed, by. Let me just make sure I get his name correct. Yuichiro Hirakawa, who actually is also gonna be helped by Noriko Goto. Hopefully I said their names right. Who produced the live-action Erased film. Uh,
oh, see, look at that.
and I can't say I've watched it, but I have heard good things about the Erased live action film. So if that's the case, then I think hopefully we're in good hands, with this live action adaptation of the Promised Neverland. My big thing though is I hope that Netflix or whoever it is that's taking the U.S. version of Promised Neverland kind of takes the good from this movie and builds on the things that maybe need work or maybe what people think are bad from this movie. And actually, crazy enough, this movie is set to release on the 18th of December of this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so literally really quick in just a few months. But I mean, yeah, there's so much love for this anime, not just from us two, but just like from the world in general. All anime lovers. So I have this huge connection with this. This is one of my favorite all time favorite just animes in general. So I really do hope that this comes out, just swinging for the fences and makes it over that mark. Um, I'm super excited. I actually do really want to check this out. So I hope somehow, some way, there's like a subbed version for those that aren't native Japanese speaking people or haven't learned the language. But yeah, I'm super excited for it. I can't wait. Hopefully it's a great live action adaptation. And like I said, whoever is creating the U.S. version just takes from the good and builds on the bad.
Right, exactly. So, that's enough talk about an anime that already aired, Hector. That's enough of that. Let's talk about the anime that's airing right now, dude. fall, right? It's fall,
Yeah.
right? Fall season 2020. I was gonna say winter, but we're not a winter season yet. Of course, guys, if you guys are into anime, you guys already know that the new season of anime is here. We're at least for what 2 weeks in? We have to be at least 2 weeks in by now of the fall 2020 anime season. Now, if you heard the last podcast, you know that Hector and I have a list of all the anime that we want to check out. I have about 10 anime. I've as of right now I've checked out two, right? I could have done more, but I only checked out two as of right now. I'll talk about them right now. I know Hector has done more diligence than I have. I know Hector has seen more than I have. But let me get mine out the way really quick, Hector. Let me talk about the ones that I've seen. And of course, if you've seen them too, bro, go ahead and jump in. Don't just let me ramble on here. If you've seen them, I do want to see what you got to say about these shows too. If you have seen them too, I'm gonna start off with I've seen the first episode of Kuma 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 Bear. Have you seen it?
No, I have not. I know it's
Oh,
on
you
Hulu,
haven't.
so I haven't checked it out just yet.
Okay, so this show is on it's on Hulu and I'm pretty sure it's on Funimation too. So if you have either one of those platforms or you want to check it out, it's on there. As of right now, recording this, episode two just came out. I'm pretty sure it just came out either today or yesterday. So I'm excited to see episode two because I do like this show a lot. Um, just really quickly for those who don't know what we're talking about, Kuma. I'm just gonna say Kuma Bear. I'm not gonna say Kuma three times every single time I'm talking about this freaking show. But Kuma
No
Bear
problem.
is it's about this girl who enjoys playing a VR MMO. So it's kind of like Sword Art Online, pretty much, right? You put on the visor and then you go into the world and you can move around your character and stuff like that, right? So she's in there and she has um a bear suit on her character, and everybody's like, "Oh, look at the weird girl in the bear suit." But apparently, this bear suit's like super strong, and she can like really do pretty much almost anything with the bear suit, right? So that's the key, right? Now,
Mhm.
in the description itself, it does say that she ends up in like in the like isekai pretty much like into a world, right? If I
Mhm.
remember the description correctly. In episode one, it still has not happened yet. It's just her playing the game, you know. So I don't know. I don't know eventually if it does happen or it does happen in episode two. I don't know yet. But as of episode one, it's they just really show you her playing the game pretty much and kind of showing off the powers of the bear suit, which is pretty cool to see, you know. And the girl herself, she's pretty cute. Um, I just by the visuals, I thought she was gonna be more of a I want to say ditzy type of character,
Oh, is she
but
not?
more. No, she's not. Not at all. No, she's actually very level-headed. You know, she's not ditzy at all, and she's very like confident in herself or whatever, right? And she has the voice actress like it just fits so well the voice the that she has from the Japanese voice actress. And like for example, like she walks in like for example in episode one, like there's a monster attacking a village or whatever,
Mhm.
and she goes to check it out, uh like the village or whatever, to look at the monster. One of the village guys is like who is she? Like why? Like this is the help we're getting? Some girl in a bear suit, you know, like questioning her all crazy. And she's like, oh, and then to herself, she's thinking to herself like, oh, like of course she's gonna point out the bear suit. Like she knows she looks silly and stuff like that, but like the powers that the bear suit has, like it's like immense. So she goes along with it and whatever. So like it's really fun show for for sure. It's one of those shows where, as of what I've seen from episode one, is you're watching the super strong character, go around and pretty much beating everybody up, right? Like the
Mhm.
whole isekai thing, right? Um, which which someone I could hear someone say like, well, Rafa, isn't that what Kirito is in Sword Art Online? Yes, but the reason why I like something like this over Sword Art Online, Sword Art Online takes itself too seriously. Sword Art Online is like, oh, look at this serious ass show we got going on. Oh man, look at all the danger they're in. And with a show like this in Kuma Bear, I honestly never really felt like she was in danger, right? It just feels like a very light-hearted adventure type of thing, of an isekai, right? You know, she doesn't ride a horse when she's traveling. She rides a bear, like this like big old bear, but the bear looks really cute, right? So it almost looks like she's riding a plushie of a bear, but it's an actual bear, right? And the bears have like little bow ties, and they're like bear, bear, and they make cute noises and shit, right? Like, and and when she shoots like fireballs or energy balls, they're shaped the shape of the energy balls. It's like a head of a bear, right? So it has like the ears, and then there's like the bear head, or like for example, when she was fighting a monster, the girl got knocked into like you know like how they do like in well almost in any action show. But
Uh
like the
huh.
one thing I could picture is like in Dune and Dragon Ball Z, they knock someone into like a giant rock or whatever, and there's like the crater.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So she got knocked into like a big old rock thing, and the crater itself that she left in where the impact hit was the shape of the bear, like a bear head.
Hmm.
Like even the crater that she leaves behind, it's like the shape of a bear,
That's kind of
like with
cool.
the ears and the head. You know, so it's like it looks like it's gonna be like a light-hearted, cute, you know, goofy, silly adventure isekai type of anime, which I'm all about. Like when it's something like that, like yes, why not have the protagonist be all powerful? Because I'm not taking it seriously. I'm here just to watch some silly, fun, uh, wacky adventures with goofy characters and cute girls and shit like that, right? Like I need to stop cursing. Um, so that's pretty much what it is. Like, I just feel like it's going to be a nice, lighthearted show that I'm going to enjoy watching here and there. I don't again, my opinion can't change. You know, we always have the 3 episode rule with these shows, but as of right now, I feel like for me it's going to be one of those shows where I'm going to pop in every once in a while, watch an episode or two, and then you can move on to something else. You know, that's
Okay.
what I'm kind of getting from this show. Um, now, there's another show that I started watching, which I'm all about. I'm really liking this show. Like I started watching episode 2 today. I didn't finish it though. It is. I'm looking for the freaking name. I think it's also on Funimation. It's called. I have it right here, Hector. It's called Wandering Witch: The Journey of Elina, which is another show that was on my list. Both of these animes I'm talking about were on my list, by the way.
Okay.
So this is about about the I don't even remember what I was talking about, but it's pretty much this girl who wants to become a witch, and and then she becomes a witch, and then she starts traveling around the world, having adventures with a bunch of people. That's pretty much like the quick synopsis of the show itself. Um, I like the show a lot. Off episode 1, I already know that I'm gonna watch the show through and through. The main girl's cute. I like her a lot. Um, and she's someone who's like really, I don't say advanced, but like the show tells you pretty much like, hey, she's really good at magic, and it's not something that she was just like born with it. Like she studied, and she really got into like, okay, I need to learn magic, whatever. I want to become a witch, so I need to do this. So she really put in that time and effort to become really good. And pretty much the gist of the episode, just really quickly, is that she she's the youngest person to become an apprentice witch. I think she was like at age 14 or something like that, right? So she's like top tier of a witch, right? She's like really like genius level of a witch. But the what the episode focuses on, in a sense, is like pretty much the message of the episode itself is like, hey, even though you're really good at something, don't get a big head about yourself. Don't think you're above other people. Like be humble, pretty much at the end of the day. That's pretty much what the message of the episode was. That's pretty much what she learned as a character, which was like, oh man, this is so great because like those the episode first episode had world building. You know, you were understanding what's happening, what what the world is itself, how it's working with magic and things like that. But it didn't sit there and explain to you through exposition. It showed it to you through bits and scenes here, scenes there. So it was really well paced. And on top of that, even though our main character's like really good with magic and things like that, she in a sense got sunned, you know, if you get what I'm saying. Like
Mm.
she was, you know, because she was feeling herself in the episode. She was like, "Man, I aced the test, and like all the other girls who were taking the test like with me, like they were nowhere near my level. Like I'm gonna be like, I'm top dog, bro." Like she was talking kind of big, you know. And
Mm.
the cool thing is that like they didn't spend like a lot of time showing you that. Like you got that from interactions when she was talking to her parents, you know.
Mm.
Kind of like it felt like it was paced very well. Like she wasn't out there like just talking mad crap to everybody. Like I'm the best, y'all a bunch of dum dums. Like I'm the main witch here. Like no, it was just like through normal conversation with her parents. Like yeah, like I aced the test like nothing, and all these other guys they weren't at my level. Like what's up with that? Whatever. Like it so it's like they give you hints of how her personality was instead of making her a caricature of a personality, a caricature of a person. They're showing you like, hey, this is how she is without being over the top, right?
Mm.
So they're just through normal conversation with her parents, you get the sense like, oh, she's pretty cocky with herself. She's very confident in herself and in what she believes in her strengths or whatever, and she's feeling herself pretty much, right?
Mm.
And then towards the end of the episode, see the thing is there's like different levels. So there's like a student or whatever, like someone studying for to be a witch. There's an apprentice witch, which is like I don't even know how to explain. It's like a level down before an actual witch, pretty much.
Okay.
And for them to become an actual witch, they have to be acknowledged by an actual witch, pretty much. So they have to train under a witch. A princess witch has to train under a witch.
Mm.
Hopefully, I explained that correctly, right? So then she's out there trying to find a witch so she could be an apprentice under, but nobody wants to apprentice her because I felt like because she kind of like aced the test pretty much, and she was like the youngest person to ever pass that test. So people were like, "Bro, I don't want to be associated with her because they're gonna make me look bad." I feel like that was kind of like a thing they were trying to say with it.
Okay.
I could be wrong, you know, but she finally eventually found a witch to that took her under her wing, and they spent time together or whatever, and the witch wasn't really teaching her anything, and then out of nowhere she was like, okay, we're gonna fight. You and me are gonna fight.
Yeah.
So they have like a magic battle. And the other thing I really like about this show is that they don't do that anime trope where they're yelling out moves when they're attacking each other.
Mm.
They're not like fireball and like a fireball comes out, or more anime like supernova explosion, and
Mm.
whatever happened, uh frostbite of the nether, some big dumbass name they have. It's
Another.
it's nothing like that. Like they move their hand, like they have wands, right? So they point the wand at someone, and energy balls come out, or like they move their hand and like a wave of air comes out, like it feels more organic. It feels more of an actual fight
Mm.
with magic, I guess you can say, right? Because they're not out here yelling their moves, and it doesn't like freeze frame for them to pose with the move. It's like they were fighting. They were like fighting with magic, and it felt
That's kind
it
of cool.
felt more. Yeah, it was really really cool to see. Like, yes, it is fun to see when when Luffy says "gum gum cannon" or whatever he says, and his arm extends, or Naruto's out here saying Rasengan while he does the energy ball thing. But like it's refreshing seeing a fight scene without people yelling out their moves. You
Yeah.
know. Um. So so I can start wrapping things up because I'm kind of ranting here. She gets owned pretty much, the main girl. She gets sunned, right? And then and she kind of learns her lesson, like hey, like you are talented, but you don't know, you're still, you're still naive of certain things. Like uh, yeah, yes, you're talented, but you're still, you don't have experience yet. Like don't, humble yourself pretty much, and and also don't just take BS from people, right? That's another thing that she learned, because that whole time she was there under this witch, she was just doing chores, and she wasn't learning anything. And what the witch told her is like, hey, if you're in a situation and you're not comfortable with the situation, say no. Don't put up with BS, right? So if for example, if I'm telling you, hey, make me dinner, and if you don't want to make me dinner, then say no to me, right? Stand up for yourself. That's pretty much what she learned in that episode, right? So then once she learned that lesson, then the witch actually started showing her, actual like lessons and magic and all that stuff. And then the episode ends with, excuse me, with the main girl actually becoming a witch. Awesome. Episode
Oh.
yeah, so then episode 2 continues on with her kind of like going off and start like going off an adventure, pretty much starting to like go to different towns and things like that, run into new people, and and pretty much the essence, the main gist of the show of her, experiencing new things as a brand new witch out there experiencing the world. So like I'm super about this show. I'm like really really into the show. I'm barely start episode 2. I already know I'm gonna like this show. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it all the way, but for sure, as of right now, I'm into this show. I just love how the world building. I like how the characters are charming and you believe them as people. I love that the fight scenes, they're not always yelling out their move. They're just fighting. It's cool, and just everything about it. It's just great. Like this show for sure caught my eye.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
Oh, oh, I also forgot, Hector.
mm,
I also forgot really quickly. There's that one show that we were talking about
oh
those
yeah.
those 30-year-olds who who uh, this threw me by shock.
Yep.
This just surprised me. But apparently, one of the shows that I brought up that Hector was also interested in, it had a really long name. I'm not even gonna try to look it up. But it's pretty much it's that one show about the 30-year-olds who forgot what love is and they're trying to reconnect with each other. Apparently, it's softcore porn. Who figured?
Yeah.
Now, like Hector saw the episode, he's like, and the second he saw that scene, because there's a scene where they pretty much do the deed, right? They
Mhm.
they they have intercourse, right?
Mhm.
Hector's like, bro, like this is hentai, and I was like, what? Like I was at
That
work,
caught me off so hard.
dude, I was at work, and I was like, bro, I have to see what this man's talking about, and I could for it. I'm telling you, Hector, I was looking for this, I could not find it. I finally found a video on their like some like Taiwanese like website. Like the subtitles
Wow.
were like in a whole different other language. Like I didn't know what was happening. I was like, I'm not gonna sit here through this episode. Like I just skipped towards the end just to see the scene that you were talking about, and it is literally softcore porn. Now, let me explain what softcore porn is to you guys out there who don't know. Just really quickly, if you guys for who are old enough, plus 18, right? If you guys have ever seen porn on either HBO or like Cinemax, right? That's that porn where they show titties, right? And they show the people humping, right? Like they're both naked and they're like humping. They're doing that motion like like they're actually like having sex or whatever, right? But you don't see anything. As much as you see butt cheeks and you see titties. That's all you see. You don't see like you don't see the wee wee, you don't see the vajayjay, right? You don't see none of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what this show did, right? Like so they're in the bedroom and the man whipped out the girl's titties and he was all over them and then he started humping her and then the guy finished. That's like the sum of that scene. And I was like, bruh, this is bonker wild. Um, it and Hector, honestly, bro, I don't think I'm gonna watch this show
I'm not.
because it took me forever to find just a video of it, and it wasn't even in English sub. It was in a whole different language, and and apparently the episodes are only like 5 minutes long or something like that.
Yeah, they're super
I'm like,
short.
this is a waste of my dang time. I'm not gonna sit here just to watch these guys just to hump on my screen. No, thank you. I'm good. I'd rather watch something else.
Yeah, kind of like Rafa was saying, I was watching it because like there is essentially a story at the beginning,
Like there
for
is an
a
actual
quote unquote
story
story.
there.
Yeah, like I was like, okay, cool. This is all they meet for company or after work drinks. Oh, he makes a flirty comment towards her. Oh, she, challenge. She calls his bluff, and then they head to a love hotel, and then yeah, and then that's where I was like, yo, wait, what? And then I see humping, and I'm like, I pause it. I'm like, yo, this can't be it, right? And I look at the name, and I'm like, this is it. And I immediately message Rafa. I'm like, dude, yeah, that's not what we thought what it was. And I was like, the premise of it is such a good premise, like just 30-year-olds trying to find love, blah blah blah. Because animes have done that before, so I was like, okay, cool, like it's something along those lines. But no, but no, that's not what we got. And yeah, I mean, just that caught me super by surprise.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm good on that. Like if it was something else like what was that one we talked about briefly last the MMO junkie one? That was such a good
Oh
show.
yeah, yeah,
That was such a good show. Like something it was something around those lines, bro. Even if they still kind of went MA with the whole with those scenes, like if it still had like a really good decent story, I maybe I still would stick around and watch it. Like but you know that there's not gonna be any story. It's 5 minutes long. They're just gonna find some way somehow just to get them in a situation where they end up humping at the end. It's just like, bro, I would just rather local porn at that point. Like, no, no thanks. Thank you, but no thank you. I'm returning this. Take it back. I want my money back. Thanks. My free $0 that I put into this show.
yeah. But besides that, the animes that I ended up watching, right? It was the real animes that I ended up watching. Um, I'm not gonna lie, man. The ones that I've watched, I've actually have been incredibly impressed by just the first two episodes. Um, Haikyuu, to the top season 2 or at least part 2 of it, literally continued on a running pace from where it had ended off originally. So I'm like incredibly locked into there, not just because it's a Haikyuu and because I'm a huge fan, but just because I'm just incredibly locked in. Jujutsu Kaisen, I have spoke about it on our actual Twitter, and let me tell you guys, this is in my opinion, this is going to be the show of the season. It is phenomenal. It is fantastic. The action scenes are incredible. It's literally about a curse, a world where curses run rampant, right? And they affect the human world, and there are people who are on the other side of this, supernatural world that defend the human world from the curses and try to keep the world in balance. But of course, something happens, things go awry, and the main character ends up having to be a special part, a special connection with the curses. So, trust me, episode 1 is gonna instantly get you hooked. I know. Shout out to Josue, shout out to Jay, who commented or tweeted at us when I had originally made that tweet saying, "Dude, I love it. It's a fantastic show." He rewatched both episodes that had come out. I'm excited for it. Super excited for this show. Can't wait to continue watching. Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? The new season is out. Dude, I'm in. I'm locked in. I love the premise of it. You can kind of tell where the show's going with a lot of the opening opening music, opening intro to the show itself, but I'm fine with that. I'm really excited to see how this goes. The story, you can kind of tell, is very, you know where it's going when you're watching it, but like I'm just really excited to see how it gets there and what kind of happens. Let's see what else. Oh, Burn the Witch. I was really excited about this show. I don't know entirely how I feel, but I think I'm locked in. I think. I haven't buckled my seatbelt fully, but I'm pretty much there for the most part because I was excited about it originally, and just in general, like I think it's a show that I can hopefully get behind. First episode was good, and actually, funny enough, they released all 3 episodes all at once, just to kind of get the hype going for the people that want to watch it. I haven't gotten around to watching episode 2 and 3 just because episode 1 was kind of, it was okay. I wouldn't say it's like one of those where it's like it's going to instantly grab my attention, but it was pretty good. I just haven't gotten around to watching episode 2 and 3. So I don't know how that really, or what that entails for that show. If I can't really just find the time, even though I'm pretty sure I do have, but just find the time to go back and watch it. The Irregular at Magic High School. I'm in, dude. Like this episode 1 and 2 were, man. I love this show. I know Rafa wasn't a big fan of it, but I really do love this show, and I'm locked into these characters. I can't wait to see how this goes. The story is fantastic. I see where it's going. I see that I want to continue watching it. I can't say that I don't see it not finding like a little valley or low in the show where it's like, okay, this is kind of, they're kind of elongating this, or wow, you guys kind of sped through the story quite a bit. But yeah, it's just something that I'm excited. I want to see if it can stack up to the previous seasons that came before it. And then finally, out of the ones that I have said that I want to watch, because the thing is, not all fall season shows have aired their first episode yet. Some are coming out this week, some are coming out next week. But anyways, the last one that I have watched is Our Last Crusade, or The Rise of a New World. That's the Romeo and Juliet one that I had spoken about. Episode 1 got me hooked, and then episode 2 I was like, because I can see it's falling into one of those tropes where it's like, I'm the bad guy, you're the good guy, but we keep finding ourselves in the same location. Why is that? And I'm like, come on, man. Like, it's getting a little too predictable, and I'm kind of like, kind of teetering, thinking that I might fall off on this one. Or it's just going to be one of those backburner ones that's just to fill the void for anime, throughout the season. But other than that, I mean, that's kind of like my little beginning review of everything. For the most part, I would say I'm about 80% content with the shows that I have watched. There's a few subtle ones where I'm like, we'll see. But for the most part, yeah, like I'd say 80% of the ones that I watched, I'm like, yeah, let's freaking go, man. I'm ready to see the entirety of this season. I'm pretty excited to just binge all of this.
Oh, yeah, man. Now, as you guys may or may not know, um, we have, of course, we have that 3 episode rule here on the Bento Boxcast, which always counts with any new show that we're watching, including the anime swap section of this podcast. So, Hector and I are gonna keep watching the new shows that are gonna be airing, and maybe in about maybe 2 episodes, maybe 3 episodes in from now in the future, we're gonna go ahead and talk about what we're gonna keep, what we're gonna drop, what we're looking forward to after watching the 3 episodes of each show that we're interested in. So stay tuned for that. You're gonna get a little more insight on what we think about these shows. What, like I said, which ones we're gonna keep watching, which ones are we gonna drop, so on and so forth. So stay tuned, guys. So you guys could keep up with us and let us know what you guys are watching, what you guys are interested in, and what you guys are also skipping, man. Because there's some that I'm also going to be skipping. Some of these shows, I'm just like, bro, I don't have time for y'all. Yo, you guys are playing too much games right now. And there's some shows down there I just can't wait for them to start. So let us know what you guys are thinking about that. But oh my God, Hector, it's running late, man.
That it is.
It's running so freaking late. But good thing, Hector, good thing that we are on our last section, the last segment of the podcast today, so that we will go ahead and catch some sleep, man, because I am tired.
Facts.
Oof. But the best segment around, the one that we always love to talk about, the nice way to close out every single Bento Boxcast. You already know what it is. It is anime swap. That's anime. We're swapping anime.
uh, I was gonna say, so for this anime swap, Rafa, I'm gonna propose something kind of crazy to you. I say we kind of do speed round. You know, let's not try to dive too deep into the shows that we recommend later on, but also not dive too deep into the descriptions of the shows that we gave each other for this past week. Let's try to give our points quickly and say, you know, hey, this is what I liked about it. This is what I disliked about it. This is my rating. And then go on to the new shows that we have for each other and say, you know what, this is what I have for you. This is what it's about. Okay, cool. What's yours?
For sure. Do you want to start or you want me to go?
Actually, I'll go. So for my anime that you gave me, it was, let me just double check for sure. It was Hinamatsuri. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Hinamatsuri, I have I had said that I have never seen this show. But I have seen this show through clips so many times. I've seen this show through so many clips because of the scene where she just falls from the space and on top of the guy's head, and then the whole like shenanigans where like, you know, she has these powers and she's from, I guess, a world, from what I gathered, she's from a world that like takes advantage of children with powers and things like that. And she's like, oh, especially the scene where she's in the car and she's like, I've seen that look in adults' eyes, and they just want to take advantage, which is kind of what I kind of gathered from it. And just seeing all the shenanigans of her being in school and all the people she meets along the way, just from the 3 episodes that I watched. And I can't say it's one of my favorites. I'm not a big fan of how emotionless she kind of is. I don't know if you have any insight on it, if she becomes more
No, that's her character.
oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that character. I just didn't like that she was very emotionless. It felt kind of like very bland, kind of like just drinking a dry ass smoothie. Just a plain banana smoothie, no vanilla, no nothing like that. And like I just felt like there could have been more, but I really liked the gangster caregiver. I liked the girl that was in her class that kind of was also a caregiver for her, and just I can see why this show is good, but I just don't think the main character, which in my eyes is the girl, I don't think she was really bringing much to the story. I'm sure it kind of develops more because you learn more about her and whatnot, but in the 3 episodes that I watched, I thought it was okay. And that's kind of where my rating goes. I thought it was okay. I would say it's probably more towards the lower end of the stuff that you have recommended to me. But that's just because I kind of expected personally a little bit more from the main character, and I felt that she was kind of bland. But everybody else in it was really good, so that's why it's like it's not at the very bottom, but it's kind of more towards the bottom middle end, I guess, is where I'm gonna put it, and on my ranking.
Okay. Dang, not what I expected. I thought you were gonna enjoy it more. Um, there's another character. Like, if you the thing is, you're saying like the main girl, she's like boring or she
Mm.
doesn't have like emotion or whatever. Um, I don't know if she got introduced yet or not, but there's a blonde girl
She
who
did.
gets
I
introduced.
did like her.
Yes, I was gonna say she's literally the opposite.
Yeah.
She's like all emotion. So I was saying like maybe you'll enjoy the show more once she gets introduced, but it sounds like she already got introduced at this point. Um, oh man, I really enjoyed this anime. I'm a bit disappointed that you're not vibing with it as much as I did.
It's
'Cause
honestly off of the main character. Like that's the
it's
only thing that I
really
didn't like.
it's a really funny show, and some of the best gags and some of the best jokes come from just how deadpan that the main girl is.
Like I
So
had giggles here and there, but like for me it was just like I just kind of wanted more from the main girl, and I was like,
mhm.
but the blonde girl was like, and which is why I'm not saying it's at the bottom because for the most part, the blonde girl is the one that was like the saving grace for the show, for me, in my opinion, from the 3 episodes that I watched, and also the gangster, the gangs.
The gangster guy, he's cool.
Yeah.
Now, the main girl does tend to be pretty, I don't see emotionless, but um she does over time she does show a little bit more. Like she does
Okay.
open up a little bit more. So, um yeah, man, I just wish you enjoyed it more. But who it just is, I just found it such a funny, like I found so much enjoyment on the show. I was hoping that you were also vibing with it.
Mhm.
But oh well. Hopefully if you do, keep watching, hopefully, you'll get more into it as it goes. But, if not, then hey man, at least I tried. The show that I watched was what is the name of that freaking show? All You Need Is a Sister,
Mhm.
right? Is that the name of the show? And I told you, and I said in the last podcast when you suggested this, that I saw the first episode. Rewatching this, and I saw all three. I was like, I remember why I didn't like this show. It's and it's because of two characters, two characters in the show that I cannot stand. It is the main guy because he's a freaking weirdo, right?
Yeah.
And the girl with the white hair because straight up and like, oh my god, it was so frustrating watching this, especially episode one. Like episode two and episode three weren't that bad, but episode one I was like, oh my god, I was just so annoyed by that girl, the girl with the white hair or like silver hair or whatever,
Mhm.
because people don't talk like that. Nobody talks like that. Nobody. And what I'm talking about is that like, she apparently she's also a freak and a pervert or whatever,
Mhm.
and like, dude, it's just so aggravating listening to someone talk like that because like for example, it's like you and me are talking, right? And you're Hector, you're saying like, let's say you and me Hector go out for lunch, right? And this is almost, I'm gonna paraphrase what they were saying in the show. But like, let's say you and me, Hector, we're going out for lunch, right? And we're finished eating our burgers or whatever the heck we're eating. And Hector, you're like, oh man, I'm so stuffed. And then I out of nowhere say, well, you can stuff me. Like, what? What is that? How are you just gonna say that like that? Like, oh, well, now you can stuff me, or like, uh, or I'm just talking about how horny I am, or how I want you um to have sex with me. Like every other line is me talking about how much I want you to do me. Who talks like that?
Maybe that's their way of
Nobody.
flirting. I don't know.
Nobody. Bro, okay, and first of all, no, because nobody, oh, bro. Like the thing is that like, okay, clearly the guy's not into her. Like that was like the whole thing. Like because the girl asked, you find out in the next two episodes that she asked him out and he said no. Right? He's like, no, I don't want to go out with you. He never gave a reason why. Right? I'm pretty sure you find out later on, but he was like, no, I don't want to. So he rejected her, but she's still out here trying to win this guy over. But she's just has such a vulgar mouth. It's so off-putting, right? And it's not, and I'm not saying that because she's a girl. If it was a guy saying the same things, I'd have been like, bro, stop. What are you doing, bro? Think about what you're saying. Like you're just making things awkward. And like the other thing that annoys me was that everybody was just like playing off like, oh, it's just her. It's just her being her wacky, silly self. It's like nobody talk. Hector, who do you know that talks like that?
No one.
No one, because no reasonable human being talks like that. Nobody freaking talks like that. Like like let's say we meet up with a group of friends, right? And then we're here talking about whatever we're talking about, and I come out and we're like, oh man, I'm so freaking horny. Oh, can someone just dick me down right now? And like people are looking at me crazy. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, how are you just gonna come out and talk like that? like and you know, of course we you know, with a group of friends we do crack jokes like, oh, I'm horny or whatever, but like, bro, it's like it's almost like if I would just nonstop be like, yo, I'm so horny, I'm so horny. It's like, bro, stop talking. That's the one thing that kept going into my head over and over and over again with this character. I was like, yo, shut the F up. Shut up. Stop talking. You are not helping. You're not adding to the scene. You're just making things weird. You're just making things awkward. And then everybody's and the other things that everyone's just playing off like this is just the funny little thing that she does. It's like, bro, no, people don't talk like this. This is just it's just it's so off-putting. It's just like no, man. Like I can't. That's the thing. I was just I cannot sit here and watch this. So whatever. That was episode one. And then the next two episodes, you know, it's not as much in the other two episodes, you know, but you know, there's one scene where the guy feeds her an egg and she's like sucking on the egg like she was sucking a wee wee. I was like, whatever. The thing about this show, Hector, I'm just gonna really recap it really fast, is that the show clearly the show has arcs for the characters, right? It clearly shows you that is setting up that these characters do have a story that they're gonna tell. These characters have, you know, they have a past. You know, they show some of the past of some of the characters, like where they've been and whatever situations they're in or whatever. And then you can clearly see that there's gonna be some character growth in the future. You can see that they're setting that up, but at the same time, it's like they want to have the etchy, goofy, raunchy comedy and like in your face sexual stuff like the one scene where they went to the beach on episode three the two main girls were butt ass naked in the beach just because they wanted to be butt ass naked in the beach. It's almost like the show wants its cake and eat it too. You know that saying or whatever is like they want to tell this story about these guys who these writers and you know how you know they're gonna eventually you know it feels like there's gonna be some type of character growth with with these guys or whatever, but at the same time they want to you know have them talk about how you know how horny they are and oh yeah, just dick me down here, daddy, and just look at these sexy girls and taking off their clothes and this and that. It's like, bro, pick a lane and stick to it. If you're gonna be etchy and silly and wacky, do that. If you're gonna tell me a story about character growth and whatever, do that. It's like it's a clash. It's like the 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 themes of the show are clashing with each other, right? It's like it's look. Oh man, look how serious the scene is because we're telling the backstory of this character, and the next scene, the girl and one of the girls is getting naked and like asking the other girl to fill up her boobs and like, oh look how spicy that scene is because one girl's filling up the other girl. It's like it's the themes clash so hard. It's jarring, and I just had so much trouble watching this show. It's like I want it, I want it to be good. I want it to enjoy the show, but it was the I feel like they were putting too much emphasis on the etchy, on the whole like harem. Well, it's kind of a harem. This is the two girls that like him, whatever. Like, and on top of that, the guy's a freaking weirdo with the whole little sister thing. Like, bro, get out of here with that, bro. Like, like the yes, the girl with the white hair annoys me to the end of the earth. But honestly, bro, she's DTF for this guy. Like DTF, and this guy's like he's not he just doesn't want it for whatever reason. He's just like, no, man, I'm good. Like, I guess, like I mean, she's down, but you don't want to. Like, I whatever, bro. Like I'm just I don't know. Bro. I don't know. I'm not feeling the show, and I knew it from when I originally saw it. When I dropped it, I said this show I'm not gonna like it. Watching these three episodes again, I know I'm not gonna like this show. Um, I might give episode four a shot, but best believe I'm most likely not gonna watch the show.
No surprise, considering we said quick and short, and you go on a you go on a
I'm
rant.
sorry, bro. It's just, man. I don't. It's just, dude. I'm sorry. It's just, man. It's just. I was just so frustrated watching the show. It's just too much. It's just the main guy's a freaking weirdo, but like everybody loves him, and everybody's just okay with him having this little sister complex things. Like, dude, that's not normal. I guess it's more normal in Japan, but like this guy's out here like sexualizing his little sister. Like it's some weird shit. Sorry for cursing. And on top of and that girl, bro, that girl had such a vulgar
We
mouth,
get
dude.
it. We went on a long
Bro,
rant. We get it.
dude, I just man, I'm sorry, bro. I'm like, it really bothered me. It really, really bothered me. I was just like, shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch. Like, bro, I was just aggravated. Anyways, because I'm just repeating myself now. I didn't like the show.
0 out of
I did
10.
not like the
Worst
show.
show
I
you
did not like it.
watched.
I
No
did not like it.
surprise.
I did not.
I could tell. I
Um,
could tell. I could genuinely tell. I'm just gonna get my pick for you out of the way now. For this upcoming bento box. Or rather, anime swap. So for me, it is. Let me see if I can. I just want to pull this up very, very quickly because I just had it. I literally just had it. Got it. It is called Mekaku City Actors. Have you ever heard of that show?
no.
So, Mekaku City Actors is an anime, and let me tell you the synopsis real quick. It is Shintaro Kasaragi, an 18-year-old computer geek, forms an uncanny bond with the members of a Mekakushi Dan comprising of teenagers equipped with special powers after foiling a robbery at a department store. I believe this is actually on Funimation. I could be wrong, but it is a very interesting show. I remember watching this a long time ago, and I just wanted to see kind of like how you felt. But it's actually really interesting because each character has their own special power, and of course their unique personality. So you kind of see how they interact with the world and why they're a special case. So very excited to see how you feel. I'm pretty sure you're gonna like this better than the last one. So I'm not gonna say this is like your favorite one. It could be, but it might. I don't think it will be. But yeah, this will definitely be a better pace than the other one for sure.
Anything, anything to get me away from that vulgar girl and that weird old pervert guy. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to watch it. So, but no, yeah, it sounds cool. I just looked it up right now. I do recognize. The only one I recognize is the girl with the blue-haired girl with the pigtails. I've seen her before, like on Twitter and stuff like that. So, but I haven't seen any of the episodes. So, okay. Hopefully, I'm gonna have a good time watching it. What I have picked out for you. Have you seen this show called As Asobi Asoba? Oh my God, Asobi Asobase. Hopefully, I said that right. Ever heard
No, it does
about it?
not ring a bell.
It is a slice of life. Hector, it's a slice of life. But it is a comedy. Okay, and it's more of a comedy than anything else. It's about these three girls who they're in high school and they hang out after school. That is the gist of the show. But it is hilarious. Have you ever maybe you've seen a clip of it somewhere around before, but have you ever seen that one clip where it's an anime uh clip of that one girl who slaps the other girl's ass and her ass like shakes like crazy?
No.
No? Okay. Okay. Well, then I'm not gonna send you a link to the scene or whatever. But it is funny because they're playing like a board game or whatever,
Mhm.
and whatever space they're land, this is like okay, do this or or do that or whatever. I might be getting the scenes confused or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I think one of the space lands is like, okay, you have to slap the person who landed on it has to get their ass slapped by the other people or whatever. So like the girl who landed on there, she's like, okay, like I'm ready for you to like, slap my ass, and the other girl full on like full power charges like the slap, and it's just a funny ass scene, dude. Like you're gonna laugh watching this show, and like and the way in the opening, it's when once the show. I don't know if the show starts I don't know if the show opens up like with the actual opening itself, or just goes straight into the show. You know how the first episode they always go straight into the show, and then you see the opening at the end.
Uh-huh.
I I don't know if they're gonna do that, but if you do see the opening first, it's gonna be like super cutesy, and the girls are gonna be like singing and stuff like that. Don't let that judge you. Don't let that like twist your opinion, or make you like judge. Just don't judge the show off the opening, because that opening is a complete send off to what the show's really about.
Okay. I mean, kind of like the zombie one. That was kind of intense, but yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, it is. It is funny. Dude, it is. It's a funny. It's a really funny show. Like the art style, it's cute and soft, like for the majority of the show. But they switch it up depending on the scene. It's really good. It's a really funny show. It's in the vein of like Nichijou. If you see Nichijou,
Hmm. I think I have. I don't really know.
Nichijou is the show where for example, the one famous scene that everybody knows is where the principal's
Oh yeah, yeah,
fighting
yeah,
the deer. Yeah, it's in the same vein of that show. So it's like the you have the three main girls, and they're hanging out, and then like funny stuff happens around them, and this is more focused on the three girls actually like what they're doing, other than like with Nichijou, it's just kind of just like everybody, and just the situations just happening around them. This is more focused on what the three girls are actually doing, and then like the stupid things they get into. So
Okay, okay.
I hope you enjoy it, because this is a really really good show. This is a really funny show. Like I was trying to show Alex and John this show.
Well,
That's how funny it was. So
damn. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
yeah, but whew, Hector, what a show! What a show! What a show! That is it. Another one in the books. Super long as always. Fortunately, this time around, because it is pretty late. And I apologize, Hector, because I'm pretty sure you would have been asleep by now. Um,
I mean, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I would have barely. I'm still up around this time. I'm barely falling asleep right now. So,
Jesus.
but to you guys, we gotta wrap things up. Hector has to hit the hay. Hector has to go to sleep. You guys work in the morning. I also work in the morning, but Hector has work in the morning, guys. Come on, Joe. Let's leave him alone, everybody. Let's let him go to sleep. So we're gonna wrap things up here, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for staying with us here today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed everything we talked about. Okay. Before we get into uh, the ending credits here, anything you want to say, Hector, to the listeners?
Yes, yes, yes. Again, once again, just to sound like a broken record, thank you so much for the love in the past episodes, episode 18 and 19 in particular. We truly, truly appreciate all the support, and of course, all those that subscribe. And hopefully, one day we'll, earn your guys' subscriptions to the channel, and it'll be worth it. Other than that, shout out to the Geek Jar boys over at the Play and Pod, and of course, Rafa, who's a part of them, and as well as 3upsprints.com. It's going to be all in the description down below, so definitely check them out. Like we just kind of, shouted them out at the beginning or at the top of the show. So other than that, I do stream. I stream at ultra_vman, and if you just check out my Twitter, I pretty much every time I just kind of just tweet there and say, hey, I'm live playing this game or this game. So definitely check it out. And other than that, Rafa, that's it for me.
Faux show. Ooh, my voice cracked. Faux show, Hector. Faux show. Thank you, Hector, for being my co-host as always.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to all the listeners. Love you guys. Thank you to Josue and Pedro for hitting us up in the comments and the Twitters and things like that. Really quick, you guys, don't forget we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everything on Anchor. If you are too busy to check us out on YouTube, we're on also those platforms. So if you're on the run, you can also listen to us on there. But if not, as you guys already know, we're on YouTube, Bento Boxcast. Go ahead and hit that like button because it shows us that you liked it. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not subscribed yet so you can get all the updates when the new episodes come out every single Friday by noon, right? I'll say by noon, but Hector tends to put them out pretty earlier than that. But I'll say by noon just to be safe. And of course, hit the little bell icon to get the updates, to get the notifications, okay? What a better way to start the weekend off with a beautiful, yummy, juicy, tasty episode of the Bento Boxcast, right? And of course, if you also want that shout out, hit us up on the comments down below on the YouTube video, or of course on the Twitter at Bento Boxcast is the main one. If you want to talk to me, at Me Talk Anime. If you want to talk to Hector, Ultra_VMan. And don't forget to check out and join the Discord. That is it. I am done plugging away. I've been plugging away this whole episode. I'm done, Hector. I'm super tired. I'm gonna go ahead and put my head down and fall asleep and dream about all the anime titties that in the world. Because you know how I love my anime titties, Hector. You know how I
Big
am.
facts.
Okay, and Hector, you're gonna go to sleep and then you're gonna dream about whatever the heck.
Big anime titties because we're talking about anime.
Great. We're both gonna dream about big anime titties, but hopefully you don't dream about the ones that I dream about. Right? Get your own big anime titties, Hector. I'm selfish that way. But anyways, guys, thanks so much once again, and we'll talk to you guys next time.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.